Hi, this is Steve Battisti from OOTP Developments. Welcome to the Out of the Park Baseball 11 interface tutorial. This tutorial will teach you about the different features of the OOTP 11 user interface. Although we'll look at a lot of different screens, in this tutorial we're going to focus on how to get around and not so much on the actual content of the different screens. The first screen you see when you load up a saved game in OOTP is the Manager homepage, which acts as a portal of sorts from which you can run your day-to-day operations. The left side of the screen contains important information and tips. For example, right now, OOTP is warning me that I haven't signed all of my draft picks. On the right side of the Manager home, OOTP displays a season timeline that will keep you in the loop on league events. Events in black have already occurred, and those in green are upcoming. If you'd prefer, you can toggle that with this button, and instead show the statistics of your team leaders, as well as show how your top prospects are performing. The Manager home also includes some basic team information, as well as information about your most recent game and quick links to today's game. In general, navigation in OOTP is through a series of single mouse clicks using both the left and right mouse buttons. No double clicking is required in OOTP. Text phrases in blue on this screen are hyperlinks that take you directly to a specific page in the game. For most of you, the Manager home will be your base of operations. From here you can also see many other aspects of the OOTP user interface. Let's spend some time getting familiar with these. In the top left corner is the League Information box. This area displays the date inside your saved game, as well as where you stand in the season timeline. If you have multiple leagues in your game, it will also tell you which league you're currently viewing. Spanning the top center of the screen is the Schedule bar. The Schedule bar displays a running string of days that always includes yesterday, today, and several days into the future. Dates have a small arrow drop-down that include executable actions such as playing today's game or auto-playing to a certain date. The arrows on the right can be used to scroll the calendar ahead or back, and the circle icon resets the schedule bar to its default position. Significant dates in your league are highlighted in blue or red. The calendar icon on the left of the schedule bar jumps you directly to the league schedule for today. The top right corner shows your autoplay options. Autoplay is often referred to as simming, and it's how you advance the date of your game. When you autoplay, you're essentially telling the computer, I've made all of the changes I wish to make, now simulate the results of any games in the selected time frame. Autoplay will also simulate your team's games, so if you want to play out your team's games instead of just having the computer simulate them, be sure to do so before choosing autoplay. There are a number of autoplay options that allow you to simulate as little or as much as you want at one time. You can also autoplay directly to the date of important league events. The two Finish Today buttons at the top and bottom of the screen allow you to autoplay just today's games. This is very commonly used by players who play out their team's games when they want the computer to finish the rest of the games for the day. OOTP has a series of menus and buttons that give you access to most areas of the game. Let's walk through these. Like a web browser, OOTP has forward and back buttons that allow you to navigate back and forth between pages. The small menu between the buttons displays a list of screens that you have visited recently. Also like a browser, the bookmark menu allows you to save your favorite pages. To add a bookmark, just navigate to that page, then select Bookmark Current Screen. New bookmarks appear at the bottom of your bookmark list and are also assigned function keys for even easier access. You can also edit or delete bookmarks from this menu. The OOTP menu contains game options, such as for loading, saving, and backing up your saved games. However, this is also where you come to change manager identities or adjust game preferences. If you're new to OOTP, be sure to check out the Preferences page. This is where you can customize some aspects of the interface. The Game Setup option is particularly important. This is where you will come anytime you wish to change the rules and configuration for your leagues. Next to the OOTP menu is the Help menu, represented by a question mark, which gives you quick access to OOTP's in-game help system, video tutorials like this one, and various other helpful links. OOTP has a context-sensitive help system that can be activated any time by pressing the F1 key on your keyboard. If you're ever uncertain about what to do on a particular screen, activating help will take you to the help page for that specific screen. The next area is the Manager menu, whose house icon will take you back to the Manager homepage. The mail icon will let you know when you have new messages and will take you directly to your mailbox. The menu itself contains options that relate to your role as a manager, including notes and reminders, a link to your team's homepage, and job options. New players should always be sure to review the Manager options, where you can define a number of important gameplay settings. The Manager menu also contains links to player and personnel analysis tools and an option to explore your baseball world, plus the Act As option, which allows you to temporarily take over another team. To the right of the Manager menu is the League menu. The letters displayed represent the initials of the league you are currently viewing. Each league has a home page, and the League menu will occasionally have additional options at the top when special league events are occurring. For example, right now you can see that a special link is available for negotiating with drafted players. Other special events include amateur drafts, salary arbitration, and more. The League menu contains league standings, scores and schedules, and statistics. It also contains screens where you can review league transactions, sign free agents, make trades, scour the waiver wire, and sign personnel. These are crucial for every manager. Each league in OOTP also has its own newswire, events, and numerous detailed reports. The history of your league is also paramount in OOTP, and the bottom section of the League menu has links to the complete history of your league from its inception through the most recently completed season, as well as quick links to your Hall of Fame, upcoming milestones, and record books. If you have multiple leagues in your saved game, you can use the arrow to the left of the menu to change which league you are currently viewing. Next to the League menu is the Team menu, which we'll touch on in a moment. Let's wrap up a few more things first. In the top right is a search bar that can be used to search for players, personnel, or teams matching a certain name. The search feature is not case sensitive and does not support multiple word searches or commands like and not. The bottom of the screen also has an icon bar with a number of helpful icons divided into 3 sections: Manager, League, and Team. Each of these icons is a one-click link to a specific game screen. Hover your mouse over any icon to see a description of where the icon will take you. The icons are simply an alternate way to access the screens you can reach through the menus. Okay, let's talk a bit about the Team menu. Use the right arrow to choose a team, and then use the menu to access the individual pages for that team. Just like a league, each team has a home page. Once you're looking at a specific team's information, a series of tabs across the top show important areas of information for that team. Tabs can also have one or more sub-pages accessed by a series of hyperlinks under the tabs. You can access a quick list of pages and sub-pages by right-clicking on any tab. Let's look at the Rage roster for a minute. There are a few important things to learn here. When you're looking at a list of players in OOTP, you can sort columns just by clicking on the column header. You can use the Position drop-down to filter the list to show just players of a certain position. The Scouting drop-down can be used to set whose scouting information you wish to view when looking at player ratings. The Listed Players drop-down in the top right allows you to choose which players you wish to see in your list, for example, just those on the active roster. The View and Filter drop-downs on the left are powerful tools for customizing your view. These are covered in great detail in the online manual, so we strongly recommend you learn about these important tools for mining your player data. Anytime you see a player name, you can click it to go to the player's individual page, or you can right-click on the name to bring up a context-sensitive menu that allows you to perform an action related to this specific player. This is a quick way to make changes to your players, such as demoting a player. The little circles on the left are for OOTP's Mass Select capability. You can use these circles to select multiple players at once. For example, if you want to demote 3 players simultaneously. You can use the circle at the top to select or deselect all players in the list. Finally, some screens in OOTP have action menus at the bottom of the page, and these can be used to take various actions on that screen. This concludes our tour of the OOTP interface. We hope this little tutorial helped you get comfortable in finding your way around OOTP. Good luck!